Fam, what's good? It's your man, Ocean and Ghost. We back at it again, man. I very much appreciate your time for being here. Get that out the way earlier, it's a lot of different places you could be at right now, but you fucking with me, so I don't give a damn if it's 30 of y'all or 30,000 of y'all, you feel me? You fucking with me, that is very much appreciated on this end now. Little bit of a disclaimer before we get into this video. I'm not a fucking politician, all right? The only reason why I do these type of videos and read these type of articles on here on my channel because I feel like it's important. I feel like it's important to test the temperature of black people in society, and especially where it comes from, the Democratic Party being able to automatically lean on the black vote as the prop to get to where they trying to go. It's something that been automatic in the system for quite some time, since before I was born, that, the Democrat could always just depend on that black vote for support. And to be there, no matter what that they were offering black people, and or should I say not offering black people. And I gotta give credit to where credit is due. Although I doubt that this particular article that we reading gonna give credit to the right people, but I got to give credit to where credit is due, and changing and shifting the thought process and the thinking of black people to the point where you're not just gonna have us lining up at these polls for no reason no more. It's gonna be, if you get our vote, it's gonna be incentive based. Okay, so I guess the author of this article on NBC News, I guess that's part of the reality that this author is dealing with. So that's why they wrote this article, and we just gonna get into it and see how much of the article that I agree with, how much do I feel like is propaganda being used to get us back on that Democratic plantation. So the title of the article is "Black Women in Iowa Who Turned Out for Obama May Sit Out This Year's Caucus." It says some say candidates reached out more to the state's rural areas, and in rural Iowa there is no black people. So they let you know right there from the title of the article that this is sort of like a gamble strategy that the Democrats are taking, because they know that it's something in the air that's opening up these people's eyes, and they don't got time right now to redirect all of their strategies to be inclusive of black people. So they gonna just exclude them. And they say black women, but what they failing to realize, and what a lot of people failing to realize, is you think black women is the key, which black women are the key, but a good percentage of black women are still up under the influence of black men, whether you want to admit it or not. I know it's been many heavy efforts to delegitimize the black man in society, but one person that the black man gonna always count to is the black woman. So, if any Democratic strategists happen to run across this article that we reading, this video that we doing right now, whether you believe it or not, whether you know it or not, the black man is still very influential over the black woman, and vice versa, of course. But right now, in the political scheme of things, and for the attacks that's being done against black men in order to delegitimize us, is vital that I come from the point of a black man on this, which I am wholeheartedly 100% a black man. I do black man shit. I represent, this is what I represent. So Of course, I'm gonna be this. Of course, that's the bias that's gonna be on me reading this article. It come from my bias come from the standpoint of a black man. Okay, I done talked a lot without even getting into the article, so I feel good about that. I don't know about you. That was good. I say a transition salon and beauty bar in Des Moines, Iowa. Black women gather to talk politics on a Saturday morning. Brandon McCracken Wright, I'll show it to you after I read it a little bit. Whoever she is. Chats with Cheryl Barnes and Taisha Day styles hair as Kim McCracken watches from the back of the room. Let's see these ladies. Get these ladies. Beautiful black women. Let's get on whatever they deserve to get on my channel. Okay. All right. Them people. These the people that they talking to. It says blow dries home. Electric razors, buzz, steam rolls off strands of hair as they glide through a hot flat iron. This is the scene on a brisk Saturday morning at Transition Salon and Beauty Bar in Des Moines, Iowa, a place where black women convene to talk beauty, business, and sometimes politics. So that that's of course, it's a barbershop salon type atmosphere where you go in. You get the gossip, you get the news, you get the motherfuckers coming in selling shit, all of that. That shit is what happened in the beauty salon. So yeah, I'm sure they talking about the presidential race too, and not a doubt about it. It said the Hawkeye State is preparing for what the Iowa Democratic Party predicts will be a record turnout at this year's presidential nominee caucus on Monday. So it's always a big thing, the Iowa caucus. Even though, like I said, I'm not a politician, but that's just the Iowa caucus is just familiar enough and cognitive enough in my brain to know that this a big part of what candidates have to prove themselves in order to be the president. Okay, I just know that. And like I said, I'm definitely not a politician, so I'm sure that a lot of y'all know about the Iowa caucus also. But it says, but some black women say that they may sit this one out. I'm not sure I'm not sure if our caucus this year. 63-year-old Cheryl Barnes told NBC News. But not because I'm not sure about the candidates yet. Yeah, the Democratic. See, this is how the Democratic Party is in, they falling on desperate times right now because the fucking election like 9 months away and they still ain't got a clear cut front runner or two yet. It's still numerous motherfuckers who could win the motherfucking the nominee. So after somebody do come out with the motherfucking nominee, it's gonna take a hell of a time to galvanize all of those votes that will spread out and separated amongst 20 candidates when the shit first dropped. So it really a trying time for the Democratic Party, okay? It's really like desperation damn near almost. They scrambling because they see that as a Democratic Party, you can galvanize whoever the fuck you want to galvanize. But if you don't galvanize the black vote, that's your ass, Mr. Postman. If you don't get the motherfucking black vote in tune with the rest of the party to get at, see what they use. Think about it like this. You and your buddy, right? I think the big guy for visiting me in moments like this. But think about it. You and your buddy, right? Thank you, big guy. You and your buddy, right? Y'all got to get over this fence, right? Big tall ass fence. Now, your buddy, he ain't necessarily your buddy. But y'all kind of gotta coexist in the same space all the time. But your buddy, he used to having all the, advantages in life, and he used to you just dealing with the fact that he's incentivizing the relationship without even giving you any incentive to be in a relationship. I'm looking over there, but ain't nobody over there. I mean, I came down with a little sniffle this morning or whatever, but we gonna get the orange juice and shit working after I get through with this video right here and get back. That ain't nothing right there. I don't catch no cold, so we get the orange juice and knock that shit out. But you and your buddy, you know, see your buddy, the way your buddy look at their relationship, like, it's your privilege. The only privilege that you get out of this relationship is you get to be in this relationship with your buddy. Y'all, you get to call yourself one of him. But in all actuality, you none of him. But back to the fence. It's this fence that y'all got to get over. Big high fence. So your buddy is used to you sacrificing yourself for the team. Your buddy used to you standing, bending over and letting him get a boost off of your back to get over the fence. And you may get over the fence, or you might not get over the fence. But either way it go, it's not your buddy concerned whether you get over the fence. It's your concern to get your buddy over the fence. See, that's the relationship that black people have with the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is the privileged buddy who just know that you gonna bend your ass over and let him get a boost off of your back to get over the fence. But he don't give a fuck about you getting over the fence. So that's where this shit has, you know, articulated to at this point. And black people are tired of not knowing if they gonna get over the fucking, or knowing damn well that fence too fucking high for me to get over. So why in the fuck am I gonna bend over and give you a boost and get you over the fence when you don't give a fuck about me getting over the fence? I hope that was a plain enough illustration for you to see. Cause it seemed pretty straightforward. But I hope that was a plain enough illustration for you to see the relationship that black people have with the Democratic Party. Okay. It says, Brandon McCracken, 42-year-old Democrat, echoed the sentiment. It will basically come down to me finding time to caucus if there's someone that interests me. And these motherfuckers, you know, I appreciate this article. Whether I don't know how much more of this article I agree with, or I will agree with or not, but it's giving me time to, you know, put my spin on things, so I appreciate it. And by the way, if you're a YouTuber, getting your shit, you know, and it's hard for you to come up with daily content like it is for, you know, some people. Cause especially if you are, you know, you got some type of integrity about yourself, so you ain't just gonna do anything just for no views and some likes and shit. This is a good little strategy for you, man. Pick you out a little article that maybe you agree with or maybe you disagree with, and you know, you can break it down and you can draw your talking points from the talking points in the article. So you can talk, you can agree with it or you can disagree with it, but you can find ways to get your, you know what I'm saying, to get your vision or your way of thinking across to your people by either disputing or agreeing with the article. So that's just a little gem or a little nugget that I felt that I could drop for you at this time. If you inspiring or aspiring, let me get my correct vernacular going. If you aspiring to be a YouTube personality, that's a good way for you to, that's a good content. That's a good way for you to find content. I'm sorry, my mind racing a little bit and I was trying to check on situations. The other day, the reason I just did that, the other day, I sat here and broke down this article on my shit, bro. I'm talking about smashing the article, bro. I'm talking about killing video. You feel me? I'm talking about going all the way in to the point like a 3rd degree or a 10th degree. I'm gonna say a 10th degree black belt. I had done Gensued that bitch. I had done sliced that bitch up, nigga, for 45 minutes straight. Going in, not only to find when I go back to do the playback that this shit didn't record nothing but like 4 minutes on my shit, bro. So that was kind of It wasn't heartbreaking. It was just, I know it was the devil. Now I want me to get back into this shit. But anyway, we know. So that's why I checked that shit. But let's get a little bit deeper into the article, family. Let's see what we got. These women are not alone in their indecision. The latest Iowa poll shows only 40% of likely caucus goers have picked a candidate. However, what may distinguish this group is why they remain largely undecided. So let's see. I'm just gonna see what distinguish why they undecided. Well, I guess it's all right for me to give you my reason why they undecided. Because the Democratic Party is only an extension of a white supremacist system. It's only the left arm to the right arm that the Republican play in the same system. So, and it's been a mass awakening. And I will give credit again to the black media for, even though they never gonna be mentioning articles like this, but I will give credit to the black media for the mass awakening of not only black women but black men also, and knowing that this game that this political game that's going on in America and across the world, it's a game that's rigged against you. So, you know, every day more and more people are waking up to the realities that even if we sit out this motherfucking political shit, bro, it's, you know, it can't get no worse for black people by sitting out a motherfucking election that they already showed you in the past that there's numerous ways for them to swindle you out of an election that you surely thought you supposed to win anyway. Just the recent 45, the nigga that's in office right now, president, even though Hillary was, like I said, Hillary was just as bad as him, if not worse. But just for the point that I'm making right now, this lady, I thank you, Lord, for blocking that curse word coming just then, because it was there. But this lady, you know, she had more votes than Trump. We already know that. We know that Hillary had more actual votes than Trump, but they still swindled away and figured a way to tell you, well, you thought you seen that Hillary had more votes, but we so fucking upset about this nigga Barack, even gracing the White House, that, you know, we gonna have to put the opposite of Barack in there. So I don't give a damn who voted for who. We're gonna let Trump win this one. And he gonna win the next one, definitely, because we already see the women in Iowa ain't going out to vote. They talking about the caucus now, but shit, if they ain't going out to see the motherfucking presidential candidate now, and you got 9 more months of realizing that neither one of these candidates don't give a fuck about your black ass, what make you think they gonna go out to the polls and support a Joe Biden or a motherfucking Bernie Sanders? And now that article that I did, maybe I'll go back and break that article down again, because it was a lot of information in that article for me to just chew on and just chew up the fat and spit out. But the article was about, I read an article about Joe Biden saying that he would definitely use a female black candidate to run for him for vice president. And, you know, I pointed out in that article that that's the only fucking hope that the Democrat will fucking have if they could get one of these ladies. But neither one of those ladies couldn't save it. It was an article about Stacey Abrams. They were saying that he can either pick Stacey Abrams, who right here from Georgia, where I'm from. She already lost in a gubernatorial battle, which, like I said, they go to the point that I previously made, just a minute ago, them taking elections. The nigga that beat Stacey Abrams in the Georgia governor battle, Brian Kemp, this nigga was in charge of counting the fucking votes. So how in the fuck you gonna be the nigga that count the votes? But how you gonna be the nigga that count the votes? So funny, cause after 2 weeks after the nigga won the election, he stepped down from being the nigga in charge of the election. So how in the fuck am I gonna run against a nigga who locked in the system like that? How am I gonna run against a nigga who get to pull strings in the system like that? But that just to show you that they do what they want to do. And that was Stacey Abrams, and the other two people that he named that he wouldn't mind running with was Kamala Harris. That's one of them. And do you know that's like a fucking cuss word and a sin in black society to be associated with Kamala Harris. Nobody that I know want to be associated with that lady for the simple fact. I wrote it black too tight. For the simple fact that she got such a fucked up record in California for, locking people up, parents up for truancy, and she got a fucked up record in California. She had a whole bunch of dirty officers working for her, and when the investigation came down on the officers, she wouldn't she wouldn't give up the information on the officers. She protected them. So black people are not fucking with her. And another name that a lot of black people don't want to be associated with right now in this 2020 current temperature that we living in is the name Obama. Niggas ain't trying to. First of all, let me keep it all the way gangster. What was it? 2008 when Barack Obama ran. For them 8 years, I might have been a big fan of Michelle Obama for the simple fact that she was, a beautiful black woman to me. And I'm ashamed to say that, that was a train that I want. Well, she's still a beautiful black woman to me, but that ain't enough. It ain't enough to just look black. You gotta be black at this point. You gotta actually be black. I need somebody that's, if you're not black and you're not black first, when your political banter plays to people that's black first, okay? Not everybody, because at this point we see that when you help everybody, you still ostracize the black man, in the whole spectrum of thing, because even if a rising tide lift all boats, but if you so much at a level higher than me already, it don't matter if you lift my boat and we lift your boat at the same time, because I'm still not gaining any ground on society. And Michelle Obama, none of these ladies that he talking about hiring to run with him or whatever, getting to be his running candidate, none of those women are not gonna come out. Well, I'm not gonna say that what they not gonna do, but up to this point, none of those women have come out and taking on life from a black first persona. That ain't who they present to the world. So, and that's who this particular group of people that I go back and forth with in my life, and people who think similar to me and, or under some of the similar influences that I'm under and see life from a similar standpoint. If you not coming with a black first plan, black first agenda, anything under like 15 or 16 trillion reparation, but that's just the beginning. I hate to even say reparation. Reparation almost sound like a bad word at this point, but that's what the fuck is coming down to, bruh. That's the only way to close that wage gap in society. And motherfucker think you actually asking for a handout when you ask for reparations, how in the fuck can you, where else can you go and get 500 years of free labor? And you get a chance to 500 years after the first boats came over here, you get a chance to still be living that advantage field life. And these people still are in a fucked up position that they ain't caught up with society yet. So, our eyes are open to most of those ongoings in life now. So it's like, nah, you in order for us to get back involved with this political bullshit ass game that's being played, in order for us to get back involved with it, you're gonna have to bring a candidate that speak directly to us and us first and everybody else after that, because we want to be elevated to our rightful spot in society. And if it's not a elevation of the black man, then it's gonna be the de-escalation of everybody else. Cause everybody know that everything start and stop with the way that the black man move. And we the trendsetters, and we built this country on our back, and blase and so forth and so on. You know the fucking story. But anyway, I'm back. Let's get back to this fucking article, G. It says, while black women, including Barnes and McCracken, turned out in droves to help secure a caucus for Barack Obama in 2008, and they see that they ain't get shit out of that but some LGBT shit. Some say this time around they feel left out of the special treatment that comes with being a voter in the state up first in the state up first in the presidential nominating process. So they showing you right there. They don't give a fuck. They know that the black man is influential over the black woman, so they feel like excuse me, that they being left out of the process. So why in the fuck, if it ain't no room for me over there, I'm not gonna try to force myself over there. Many black people are coming to that realization, but I'm gonna keep reading. They're reaching out more to rural areas in Iowa than they are Des Moines, to me, said the 61-year-old Kim McCracken Smith. In rural Iowa, there are no black people. Obama's historic win in Iowa in 2008 came with his managing to pick up the key delegates in rural Iowa, while also winning counties in the state where voters of color are concentrated. And hold on right quick, I'll be right the fuck back. Matter of fact, just hold on, nigga. All right, so basically what they saying is that, you know, Obama was slick enough and white enough and bright enough to, and black enough to pick up votes in rural and not so rural Iowa. So, and Biden don't got the same gifts that Barack had. And we all know that Barack, like I said previously, Barack is like a curse word in black society now anyway. Barack Obama, nobody want to be associated with that anyway. But Biden don't even have the wherewithal to even move around like Barack did. Like as far as being a political figure and being, you know, able to be relatable, especially to black people. See, black people, the reason that Barack was so relatable to black people because of his black skin, and black people, you know, we saw somebody that looked like us almost. But you can't fool her by just looking like us no more. It's been that's the main thing I don't know what the book in the Bible it is, but it said what you meant for evil, God meant it for good. So they put Barack in to basically be a pawn or to mislead society, black society, like every other token Negro. But what they meant for evil, the way that God meant it for good, because it really spawned an awakening of black people to know that just cause you look like, and a lot of people already knew that, but just cause you look like God, that don't mean that you gonna do the right thing and make the right moves that elevate us in society. And Barack had you know, the biggest, that's the main argument that I got for Barack. He didn't do shit for black people, of course, but he would, and you could say his hand was tied if you want to, but his goddamn vocal cord wasn't tied. And this nigga could have came out and said that it's some shit going on in society that it need to be fixed. the way that the black man is and the black woman is being held down in a society where they making it easier for everybody else to be elevated. He had 8 years to say that. He had 8 years to say the word white supremacist or definitely white supremacy is definitely deep rooted in the bloodstream of America. Barack could have said that, but he, that's a line that he didn't even tiptoe over there by. When Barack speak to and about black man is from a parental, he pointing his finger at you what you need to do better. And of course we need to do shit better, but it come from a effective system that's been put in place that anytime anybody got close enough to put a wrinkle in it or affect it, they got killed. That's why, the people who talk this shit online, that's kind of why they kind of hide their face and shit. People talk some real strong black power shit because, anytime anybody stepped up to try to be a black leader, it drew fucking X on your back. X marked the spot where they shoot at. Or it might be an X on your forehead, nigga. But, hey, I can't live my life scared. And I'm always going to be a man to stand up on the shit that I say. And that ain't no shot at nobody else. Because those people are quite effective. And they quite effective. They influence me. I ain't going to tell you no lie. African Americans make up, I'm back in the article. African Americans make up only about 4% of the state's population according to the U.S. Census Bureau, but with such a large field of candidates heading into the caucus night, community activists say every vote this year will matter. You damn right. I'm trying to tell y'all motherfuckers, every nick day. So, with that being known, with that fact right there being known that every fucking black vote matters, even though they ain't mentioning the niggas, but if you know that it's a great percentage of these people who don't realize that this is a bullshit game and they ain't going out there to vote. If you going out there standing in that line trying to get a motherfucking the Democratic Party candidate in, you wasting your time. And it's also going to be a waste of your time for you to sit up and look at niggas and say it's your fault that Donald Trump in the motherfucking still the president, because I'm sitting up here telling you now that's what's the fuck finna happen. And I'm also telling you, it's better to have a nigga that don't like you than to have a nigga that you think like you who actually don't like you. I'm gonna say that again. It's better to be fucking doing business with a nigga that that don't like you instead of doing business or, relatively living in comparison with a motherfucker that you think is looking out for your best interest, but definitely looking out for your worst interest right into your fucking eyes. It's better to see the nigga coming than to let a nigga sneak up on you. That's always gonna be better. Always. So that's the difference between Republicans and Democrats. And I'm definitely not telling nobody right now that I'm a Republican or go out and vote Republican or none of that shit. But I'm telling you that the Democrats is full of shit. I am telling you that. And they don't give a fuck about us. Let me quote Michael Jackson one time for you. But anyway, those are the kind of percentages that get you over the hump when it's close. And it's going to be close in a lot of places. It's going to be close in a lot of places. Isaiah Knox, Executive Director of Urban Dreams, a community organization in Des Moines, told NBC News, yeah, y'all gonna need every vote, but it ain't gonna be enough. I'm just gonna say that. While campaigns have worked to replicate Obama's diverse coalition of voters, with many hiring outreach directors tasked with targeting specific communities, that hasn't been enough to win over some black caucus goers. Yeah, cause motherfuckers done switched up their news source, bro. Niggas ain't getting their news from Fox and CNN and all that bullshit no more, bro. Motherfuckers coming to their YouTube shit and they find a motherfucker who look like them, who think like them, who talk like them, and that's where they getting their shit from, bro. So if you ain't see, motherfuckers is disengaging with the system. It's that's I don't know if they knew that what was gonna happen when they solidify how much of influence YouTube had over the world and social media had over the world. But what that's the good part about social media, that you know people don't have to be influenced just off of a limited few options or news sources. Okay, so you go get your news from a motherfucker who think like you, who because every story, no matter what the truth is about the story, whatever the lie is about the story, the motherfucker who telling the story, he got his way of thinking along laced up in the way that he telling the story and the way that he's spinning the story. So we need people who look like us and who can relate to us to be giving us this news. So, you know, and people are disengaging with the bullshit that these news broadcasts are presenting us, and from these fucked up false point of views that they coming at us from. But it says, while campaigns have worked to replicate Obama's diverse coalition of voters, with many hiring directors to I read that already. It say some potential caucus goers said the outreach they received has seen rote and impersonal. So they I'm telling you, they don't give a fuck about you. Damn right it's impersonal, cause they ain't counting on y'all. They count on you to come and just vote for them anyway. That's the system that they got in play. They ain't got to cater to you cause you feel like you being included cause you get a chance to cast your vote, when knowing damn well maybe you don't know, but I know that if voting had any power in it, and this is a quote, I don't know who said it, but it's a quote, but if voting had any power in it, they wouldn't let you do it. Okay? Know that shit. It said, I've just been getting these generic text messages and calls that I know are the standard. They're reading off paper. Transition salon owner Taisha Day said, come and see us if you want our votes. I promise you. And it still ain't gonna work. And you know, pretty much it's more to the article. I want to respect the journalist who wrote the article, so I'm gonna read the rest of it on my own time. But I know that when motherfuckers see, especially a up and coming YouTuber, when they see your video getting into 35, 45, 55 minutes and shit, they scared to click on your shit. So, you know, I definitely could go in more. And just read, you know, like I said, but this is an exercise. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. But this is an exercise for content creator. This is an easy way to create some content, man. Just find your article and read that shit, break it down into your vernacular for your people, cause apparently the people who come to your channel, they ain't coming to your channel cause you know every fucking thing. Cause I definitely don't know every fucking thing, but they coming to your channel cause you relatable. Okay? And you know, that's the main thing that I want to come across on my shit is relatable and knowledgeable enough to know that I'm giving out valid information and a valid point of view over here. So you know that I'm not trying to mislead anybody, or I'm not trying to I'm not doing this shit just for likes and shit. And that's why, you know, that's another reason why a nigga don't buy likes and buy views and shit, because you know, if you're doing this shit, you want your shit to be, let me speak for me. I want my shit to be organic. I want motherfuckers to click on my shit because they know what they get into. So when you buying views on them videos, bro, you get a lot of you gonna get a lot of views, and buying subscriptions and shit, you gonna get that shit. But at the end of the day, what's the point of me putting out content that You know, a motherfucker is spending 5 seconds or 8 seconds watching this shit, and I'm